Welcome to Mogobe Nuggets of Wisdom podcast. My name is Mompoloki Lerumo Mogobe. Our objective is to enthuse, inspire, energize, and empower entrepreneurs and entrepreneurs of all stripes here in BW and beyond. We do so by inviting these entrepreneurs and entrepreneurs into our makeshift studio. Sometimes we call them to the restaurant, sometimes we go to our studio, and we ask them to share their experiential knowledge, their experiences and their expertise. And we ask them as many questions as we can, aimed at empowering you also as a viewer. Hello dear viewer, dear listener, my name is Mompoloki Lerumo Mogobe. Welcome once again to another dynamic episode of Mogobe Nuggets of Wisdom podcast. We've dedicated ourselves to bringing you impactful, cutting-edge, and life-changing information each and every time. I'm privileged today to welcome to our makeshift studio here at Nonas at Mogobe Plaza, Mr. Olebeng Ngwanakwena. Welcome to the studio, sir.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Yeah. It's you and I have known each other forever, literally. So I'm sure that this conversation will go very smoothly. But as a starting point, I'd really like for you to introduce yourself to the viewer. Who are you and what is your background?
Thank you very much, Mogobe, and your team for giving me an opportunity to come and have a chat with you. We come a long way, but I've always, in a way, try and come to see you. Mm-hmm. But I've always followed you, whatever you're doing. You are the person who has also motivated me in life. Maybe you don't know, but now I
wasn't aware. Thank you very much.
Yes. I'm a Motswana who come from a humble beginning. I was born in Mogobe, which is almost 520 kilometers from here. But originally we come from Hukunzi. That's where my great-grandfathers are, the Moapares, and because I'm Ngwakwena Moapare the first.
Okay.
So having been brought up by a single woman, Belshani. Belshani Kasumolwa.
I've always wondered about that name.
Belshani means help each other. And it defines who I am. I always try to reach out to people. I grew up in Khanzi. You know, my mother was originally based in Mafikeng during the protectorate time, and then he moved into Lobate. When I was born, she decided to relocate to Khanzi.
Just for the benefit of the viewer, share a bit about your educational background and your training.
Well, I am now. And I started from property as a property consultant. I've got the first degree in land administration from University, from Polytechnic of East London in UK. Now it's called the University of East London, where I graduated in 1990. And then I became a charter surveyor. So I'm a full charter surveyor of Royal Institute of Charter Surveyors. And I then did my Master of Business Administration at the University of Botswana. And then I, later on in my life, I enrolled at UNISA, University of South Africa, for Bachelor of Law. And after completing it in 2000, 2015.
Okay, 2015.
2015. Then I came back to Botswana to do my pupillage. First, I was at Salbani Toto attorneys, and then I joined Ramalepa attorneys. That's where I got my.
So you're a little bit like me. You have a fancy certificate which just sits on the wall. You're not really going to court on a daily basis.
Yeah, I'm just a consulting attorney at Ramalepa. I consult on tax advisory on all property matters.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you're very versatile. Today we're going to talk about, we're going to talk about logistics, the business of logistics. As we start, could you just explain what is that? What is logistics really?
I'm not an expert in it, but in terms of business, it's really to facilitate the movement of goods and services from one point to another in a more secure manner. And from within a country and cross-border kind of trade.
Yes.
Because countries, and that's facilitating trade between countries and within the country. So that for me, it is actually now measuring what I've already have. So it's property, security, and law in one.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, so that's basically what's motivating TAFI. So really, it is really a building secure logistic park and letting them out to the target market.
Okay.
It could be for high value goods.
Before we go deeper on logistics, can you touch on a little bit on the security aspect of your work? I'm asking you this because I've heard you on radio.
Yeah.
I've heard you appear on radio a few times. I think 6 o'clock in the morning. Which radio station is it?
This is GAPS FM.
Yes.
I'm always there 6:45 every fortnight. Every Tuesday I go there. Security. I'm not a security person, but what actually started or motivated the whole thing was when my wife was killed on the 31st of August 2016.
Oh, that was tragic.
From that day, I just thought about security. And I then, first it was secure my family, and secure my businesses. But as we progress, I said, no, maybe as a businessman, I think I may make money out of this. But I really didn't know which area I wanted to go into. So we studied it from 2013 and we realized that there was a gap in high-risk security. For you to get that, to be in high-risk security, you needed technology and skilled manpower. So we cut a niche and then we identified our technology. So they do all our technology, which is access control.
These like a franchise?
It's a Chinese company, so basically we are the reseller. We didn't go for franchise, but we are a reseller of their product in Botswana.
In other words, you represent them.
We represent their main distributors based in Cape Town.
And what are essentially the products that
the product is access control, is all the surveillance, cameras, and then, anything to do with a locking system, which is time locks and so forth. So basically that was to provide that. And we realized that they specialize in high risk security cameras, and they don't only do pictures, they collect data and they analyze data. That for me then, it means something when you have to analyze the data.
How has been the response of this country or the Botswana in general to this type of business? For the type of business, people were more used to man guarding. Now I use technology to guard. Yes.
And then I monitor these cameras.
You don't do cash in transit, strictly.
So basically, it will be like an industrial complex or a retail complex. And we give solutions to those, and because you will have challenges of business and security. Some people in business, you want to know how many people have gone into your place. So you've got people counting ones. Sometimes you need to know who has gone in there, their faces. So they've got facial recognition.
There's a face recognition aspect.
Yeah, aspect. There are those cameras that can do number plate recognition also. So they capture and then store and analyze. So you can always do research. But in terms of business, they will count how many people have done. So you can actually integrate it to your inventory and to the sales, because you just want to be able to analyze sales real time as they happen on the floor. So that for me, it's something that we have now gone into, and there are retailers like Choppies who we've done proof of concept with them, and they are Western Bypass Gate Shopping Center. If you go there, we've got all these cameras there. But they are really aiding in not only showing pictures, is to collect data, and they can analyze the sales. And who has gone in there, what has happened to the stock, you know.
Okay.
And it allows you to be able to grow and manage your business better.
So do you monetize it by sharing the equipment or sharing the data? How does it work?
No, basically, I will sell the cameras, but the control system, which is the backbone, that is the one that I invest in. I collect data and I pass it to you. I don't need to share. I've got nothing to do with the data. It is for you.
Okay.
So we'll have a dashboard where you can actually see the sales as they happen. Okay, so that is integrated into your accounting system or to your retail software.
Okay.
At any stage, you can know how many people have gone, who came here, and how much have they bought in your store.
Oh.
So really, it is actually moving things from manual to digitalizing, and when you are able to interface at any stage, from a touch of a button in your cell phone, you can know. You can see who has gone in there and what is happening in the tiers. If that is integrated in one, that becomes more exciting. That's where we went into. So the thing now, we've moved into the logistics, where people now want to have the logistics.
Before you get there,
Yes.
I am fascinated by the fact that you took what is basically a tragic situation, the death of your wife, and you transitioned it into a successful business model. And I think you may have a lot to say to one or two entrepreneurs who are receiving a lot of negativity or encountering challenges.
Yes.
What message can you share with us based on that?
Well, but my spiritual guru, who's Dalai Lama, he says, you can use your moment of sadness and turn it into a motivating force. And I think that it is something that happens to you when you experience that moment. I cannot tell how we did it, but it then motivates us to say, one door is
closing,
another one's open, and keeps you going. So really, I will then say, and these
and you manage your grief as well.
You manage your grief, and you turn it into something that you can motivate and add value to other people's life.
Okay.
So for me, that defines my philosophy, and it goes back to my upbringing, where my mother said, even the last day, she says, all you have to do is to say, don't thank me, go and do that to others, help others. And in a way, you see that you're fortunate.
So it's got a therapeutic element.
Absolutely.
Okay.
That's basically what it is.
All right, now let's talk about logistics, because you're talking about setting up distribution parks.
Yes.
Let me understand how you are developing from a purely security company to a logistics company through these parks and how it's going to work. Just take your time to explain the business concept.
The whole business concept is that I'm a property person. So I'm actually building property that are secure and are letting them. So the security aspect is that the DAO technology, which we have now, which can do all the things that I've said, is the one that is going to secure these complexes. From access control, from the surveillance and monitoring, we are able to monitor who goes in there, because you want security of your, because warehouse is just storage.
Yes.
But you want to store something, these valuable goods, where the place is secure.
Okay, so
through technology.
So who's building these parks? Yourself?
We are investing.
We are investing in those parks.
And
we then letting them out?
Letting them out.
But when you let them out, they are fully, should I say, automated?
Automated.
Okay.
So all you pay is just pay that, because it's more like finished letting.
Okay.
In residential
because an average warehouse will have what inside it?
It will basically have a warehouse space where you store and incorporating offices with the other amenities. And that's it. But now you are putting up the access control from the gate and to the warehouse. You've got access control, and once they've got locking systems, so you are able to make sure that what comes in stores gets stored securely and then distribute it from that.
Okay.
Because you will have business challenges, which is pilferage.
Yes, pilferage is a huge problem.
It's a huge problem. And you are able to account for each and everything. But then there are external challenges where people can attack your place. So you see, in the logistic parks, it's not only the warehouses, it's also technology to secure it. So I've now moved out of purely being an ordinary security company to be a logistic solution company. So I give solutions.
So you've really integrated all your trainings and your skill set
absolutely
into this business model. It's
absolutely.
Fascinating.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Because then when you look at it, Olebeng has gone back to his roots.
Yeah.
I'm a property consultant.
I
think I will go that way.
I think a follow-up question from that is how you would maybe benefit somebody like me. We're currently putting up 4 warehouses in Ngwakwena, 600 square meters each. If we want to maybe partner with you, how will that partnership look like, and what can you do for us?
We'll come up, we'll try and add value in terms of making it secure. The whole total surveillance of it will be done under our technology, which is a series of surveillance cameras and access control. So we'll deal with that.
So you replicate what you're doing in your own factories or your own warehouses
straight in
for the customer.
For the customer.
You offer that as well.
Customized ones.
Okay.
And then when now you have to move your goods, maybe you are distributing something. It could be face mask, and you want somebody to transport it securely.
Face masks are quite topical.
Yeah. we will provide the transportation from A to B for you.
Okay, let's talk further about the business model.
Yes.
Did you benchmark somewhere? Is there a particular place where you fashion the business model from?
Yes.
And how did you go about that process?
I was very fortunate that we were able to benchmark on the business model of Rishabile Aviation and Protection Services in South Africa. They are running the entire show in OR Tambo International. They've got the logistic park in Isando and within OR Tambo. Okay. So they handle all the goods. So they've got the whole warehousing in there, and they handle all cargo from A to B, from customers to the boarded houses straight into the cargo line. So then they're able to ensure that that is done.
Does this include a barcoding component to track?
All the tracking systems. So our technology not only gives you the normal thing that we know access control, but it's also have a tracking system. And you are able to track any assets you capture, all the information. It's like taking the manual and digitalizing it. And on the dashboard, we are able to track it because each and every asset has got a serial number, and we're able to code it.
So have you been able to replicate from where you benchmarked, or is it still a work in progress?
We are, it's a work in progress, but now we are actually doing it from our main logistic park in Ngwakwena. This is where we are doing, and then we will be moving.
The last time I went there was a lot of scaffolding and building going on.
Absolutely.
Now
we're doing painting.
Yes.
And now we've got all the other storage vaults that have been put in place.
Congratulations.
And in our whole area, we have the whole perimeter surveillance. So to actually get into our logistic park is almost impossible, because you are able to monitor from your cell phone, and you can send rapid response team to the law enforcement and other security forces that can help you.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Congratulations. I'm suitably impressed.
I'm humble. I'm humble by your kindness.
What are the pain points? There's always the dark side, isn't there?
Yes.
What are the basic pain points that you've encountered? And how are you tackling them?
Yeah. The major source of our thing was be able to be trusted by the market. Because you see, if you're talking about security, people think about a lot of things. If you're talking about secure logistic parks, why should I trust you with my high value goods? So the whole thing was to build trust by showing that the system works, which is DAO technology. The DAO technology has actually propelled us to a point where, it's higher than, you have to experience DAO technology to actually see that it's higher than the average ones. And I don't want to mention them.
Well, I was going to ask you, what sets you apart from mentioning your competitors? You can say, what sets you apart from your competitors?
It is being able to do the artificial intelligence at the highest level. And that is what DAO technology is all about.
You talked about face recognition.
Yeah.
You also go to people recognition. Can you see a person with a mask covered in? All that.
For DAO technology, we unmask you.
You do.
And that's why you can't, don't
take a chance.
Avante logistic parks are no-go areas. If they see the sign, yeah, Avante and DAO, they run away.
Okay.
Yeah, because you'll be able to do that. Because they also have audio.
Okay.
You can inactivate the audio, so we can listen to what you're saying. Yeah. And I think that's for us where there was a problem, because people thought we were a spy outfit. We were not a spy outfit. And you can imagine the friction that came about to say, Avante the spy outfit. We are not. So that was basically the perception. So then we had to go out. This is how we solved it. It was to go to the market and explain who we are. And I can tell you, like FM, and I'm sure this Mogobe nuggets will go a long way to explain to people that this is a viable and secure business.
Is there a laser component as well? Because I've seen some companies using laser beams and etc.
Yes, artificial intelligence incorporates all that to a highest level. So when you got beams, the whole thing about laser beams and the wireless situation, all you need is to have connectivity in your area. Okay. We have the highest connectivity such that we are able to broadcast to anywhere in the world. Okay. And we will follow you and smoke you out wherever you are. And you may find that wherever you enter, we are able to blacklist you even at our client's area. We're able to activate such that we will deny you access.
What is your basic target market in terms of and how you serve in that target market in Botswana or even Southern Africa in general?
Well, in Botswana, it is the high value people who are holding high value goods, which is the retailers, the banks, and the diamond industry. Those are the three. And then the mining, general mining for high value goods. So basically, those way we are starting with, and we are able to store and move their goods from one area. So we are now totally a logistic company, solution company, where we are actually moving these high value goods. That's all we're doing. So then from there we do consultancy for companies like Mogobe, industrial park. Mogobe Industrial Park, they say come and give us a warehousing solution, which is purely a high distribution under high surveillance component. We're able to do that, and we're able to move things around. Okay. The other target market, it is those cash in transit companies, security companies, where they may not have storage for high value goods, whether it's precious stones or cash. We're able to give them the storage. But that's all that we do. We just build and put that, and they run their business. I don't even know what they're doing, but I have to make sure that even the packages, I don't even know what is inside. So in Botswana, our competition is Brinks. Brinks, they move things from, if you go to the Diamond Park, they move high value goods from A to B. So we are along that, but a homegrown company.
Indigenous owned.
Very indigenous owned.
Montano was K.
Montano was K. Yes. From the desert.
Yeah. Wonderful. Yes. Now, in terms of your specific offerings and specific, what do you have on the shelf? Are you already receiving responses from the target market? And what is would you say is the item that is flying off the shelves?
What is flying off the shelf is the the high-risk surveillance cameras. And as I say, we actually give you solutions, either business challenges and business and risk. These cameras, as I say, they collect data. They don't just show you pictures, and we're able to monitor. So we have now had a target market, and the response has been from petroleum companies, pharmaceutical companies that are moving things. As you know, during the COVID, they have been very busy. The people who are making the money are pharmaceutical companies. And then
especially during a pandemic.
During pandemic, because where they now need is storage. Okay, so we are been providing those, even where they are and where we are. And then now we're going to be building our second flagship Avante Logistic Park.
Well, you should know that we have these warehouses, we still haven't used them. So however we can collaborate, let me know.
Absolutely, Mogobe, and that's why I'm sure that's what motivates me to come here.
Yeah.
We have those warehouses that we can turn them into logistics.
To an average person listening there, this may sound so complex. So I'm just wondering to myself, what kind of skill set is involved? What level of training is involved? Isn't it very expensive to get people with the specialized skills necessary to run such an operation?
Botswana already, they are specially certified, Cisco and DAO and Hikvision. They are here already.
Oh.
They are in Botswana as I'm speaking to you. We have about 4. And they start from IT into CCTV training with so much experience.
What I want to know is really what kind of skill is involved in getting the right type of guy?
Well, we are training people who have done IT to go and get trained in the DAO technology.
Yes.
And I've already taken those, and including myself, from a high-level business level. So we are now certified DAO technology specialists in CCTV.
Okay.
We have them. Now, the rest of the skill is installation. That goes who have got 20, 15 years experience. Our young people in this country. Cabling, we've got plenty of them. Okay. And this thing of saying there are no skills in this country, I beg to differ. Yeah. So
because even if they are not there, they can be created. They can be sharpened up.
What has happened is that most of these people have just been trained in IT, and they're able to understand the technology because it's all IT based. So that's the skill that we need to have. So we have the technicians, we've got the installers of these, and the guys who can do the maintenance. They're all in one.
So how long does it take to get a guy who's just a raw IT guy, to get him from that raw state, to get him to where you say this guy is a logistics professional in the sense that you are referring to?
I think from where we have been fortunate, I can only talk about myself. I think within 2 years, from the start to finish, we've been able to do that because we are not green. We have other managerial and other experience that we had. But, you know, most of us were not IT specialists, but we have business administration. But we've been able to now go in there and get the training. Nobody, all of us can be trained, and we are all created by one God.
Yes.
And we'll be amazed by the skill we have. So 2 years, that's what it takes.
Okay.
And the rest is just practice, keep practicing until we have. Now, from my side, property has been in my thing. So really setting up, selecting a site to advising the architect to design, to go to feasibility study, to seeking funding, and managing the whole process. This is actually what I've been doing. It's
interesting that answer, because it leads to my next point, which is the regulatory framework.
Yeah.
What sort of regulatory framework is needed? I'm just wondering whether in Botswana there are any high barriers of entry. There's a lot of, if you like, a lot of hoops to jump to get to where you want.
Because now we are not in security. For us, The regulator is...
But there's a security component included, isn't it?
Yes, no, but it's only the
surveillance.
The logistics.
Oh, I see.
It is Botswana, the communication regulatory authority.
BOCRA.
That is where you get regulated. And out of that, even equipment that you do, it is regulated by BOCRA. Whether it's radios and anything that deals with communication is at BOCRA. And so that has not been a problem.
But is there's no difficulty in going through the hoops?
Oh, you have to have, like any other license application, you must have a business plan. You must show them the money. You must show them the skills. You must show whether you would learn. You show have you got the resources, and you will management to do that. So the barriers are very high.
Yes,
very high. And they want you to ensure that from day one, you've got all these things. So the barriers are...
I suppose you need to be loaded. You probably need 10 million.
So we're very... 10 million. So we're very fortunate.
Is that a reasonable figure?
It's about 10 million. But for us is that we already had the infrastructure under Avante Security. So we just roll it into the Korea.
So it wasn't so difficult.
It wasn't so difficult, but the barriers are huge.
Are you able to tell us what is the potential impact of this line of business in the economy generally, or even specifically in this aspect of the economy, or this subset?
The advantage that this country has is this position. So, and we are not strong in manufacturing, so we have to distribute. So, Botswana, whether we like it or not, it's a distribution hub of the rest of Africa. So that's the only thing that you need to do. So we are the conduit or the corridor for moving things from South Africa through Botswana to the rest of Africa. So that's why, if you look at distribution, we are the distribution center of Africa. So really the impact, if we are able to move goods as quick as possible within Botswana and out of Botswana, we will make our money. So we are a service center. So for all these things, that's where we were. Apart from, so even the ones that we have, which are diamonds and all that, they still have to be moved from this country to where they're supposed to be. And you need logistic parks. So really for me, that's where it had been. Now, if you look at the fast consumer moving goods.
Fast moving consumer goods, FMCG.
That's what all these guys are doing. Was Falana, was sales, PS, what do you call PS, whatever, distributors.
Yes.
They're just moving, they don't manufacture anything. So that's where the opportunity for Mogobe property development, we're just building either offices or warehouses. Now, you then have to have specialists who can manage those logistic parks, and that's Avante Logistics.
Wow.
So you can see the synergies. So at this stage of my life, I've realized that all I have to do is to make sure that that's the best I can do to contribute towards adding value to save lives. Pharmaceuticals, at this stage of pandemic, you can imagine what has been happening.
You need lots and lots.
And you need procurement specialists also, because you go to procure. One of the other things that we have procurement specialists, we also have clearance. You have to clear goods. So you then outsource those elements to others.
So what do you say to a youngster who might be watching this and contemplating this as a possible career path? What would you say to encourage them? Because a lot of us are in the streets, unemployed, feeling helpless. Is there something you can say to that person?
Well, you don't give up. You've got the skill. You are a hero. Now, this is the business which you should also consider. Be an agent of a manufacturer and be able to move things from A to B. I know they've just changed the law where now all the courier services should be done, especially in Botswana, should be done by Botswana. So the regulatory side and the empowerment side has come out. But these things, And I like I saw somewhere here where it says to accomplish great things, you don't just need to act, but you must also believe in yourself.
Yes,
so
yes.
I'm just saying.
You saw it somewhere in the nuggets.
In the nuggets.
Yes. Okay. All right.
So that's really captures my message to young people.
Okay.
Don't just dream.
All right.
Don't just act.
Another question that I think I'll be remiss if I let you go without answering is the outlook, the sort of outlook 5 to 10 years now. What is the overall outlook? What is the, if you could just sort of dream a little bit and tell us how you see happening for Avante Logistics and for the industry over the next 5-10 years?
I see Botswana in the next 5 to 10 years be a distribution center, hub of Africa in all respects. We sort out the transport, we sort out the whole clearance things, the regulatory side of things. Because we are not producing anything, we should be able to distribute to anywhere at the center. There's nobody who can go to any other country without going through Botswana.
But we should produce something also.
We have been producing there. I'm not here to talk about the product, but you can see even the production side.
Yes.
There's industrial thing of import substitution which is going on.
Yes.
But you need people to move those things around. So as diamonds are going
yes.
towards depletion.
Yeah, because they're limited resource.
Out of that, in the next 10 years, I see Botswana be the industrial, the distribution hub of the rest of Africa. And therefore, I see hope. I see possibilities. That's why I'm encouraging people who, even those who have been involved in property, that there's going to be an element where you need to look at the logistics side of things.
Okay. Yeah. Mr. Ngwakwena, we have a new segment in this show where you're allowed to ask me any question, of course within reason, and I'll do my best to answer it for the benefit of the viewer and for your own benefit.
Well, the only question I can ask you is that what has been the driving force in building this empire, Mogobe empire? Because I must say that to you, if nobody has told you, you build an empire.
Thank you very much.
Within a short period
to be honest with you, that's a very interesting question you've asked. Whether we look at our culture as Botswana or we look at the Bible, there is a central message about service. Whether we look at our sayings in Setswana to say motho ke motho ka batho, to say that mabohodinko a thebana, to say that moroto a esiga wele, it's all about service and sharing with others. So I've always believed, and I've come to, it was inculcated in me at a young age, that one needs to impact others, to empower others. That is why Mogobe Nuggets of Wisdom is about infusing, energizing, empowering other entrepreneurs, because I believe entrepreneurs can make a difference in the overall economy. So to answer your question of why we are trying to grow as we are doing, we're trying to impact others in all the areas that we are active in, whether it's restaurants, whether it's it's law, or whether it's property. The whole objective is to impact others and to help others grow. And that's one thing that I really pride myself in. We've been able to positively impact the lives of many, and we want to continue to do so. It's not about us, it's about the community. I hope I've answered your question.
No, that's fantastic.
Thank you.
I'm humbled by that.
Okay.
And I think
now, you think what? Sorry?
No, and I say I will learn a lot from you.
I'm also learning from you.
Okay.
But before we part, I'm asking you to look at the camera.
Yeah.
And imagine yourself talking to an entrepreneur there who's facing challenges and who's getting a lot of resistance all the way. And give them one message, one parting message, a takeaway, as it were.
The whole great message that I can give to young Botswana and all aspiring Botswana who want to make this is that we don't give up, no matter what. That is the spirit. And one thing is that, like Mogobe said, you must aspire to make a difference in other people's life. And the more you do that, you will have happiness forever. So the challenges are there. I'll be less honest if I didn't tell you that there are challenges. I'm smiling not because I do not have challenges. I'm smiling because I'm greater than those challenges. And the driving force is the spirit of helping others.
Okay.
I hope that gives you
that
enough courage.
Can you give them your contact details in case they want to follow up this conversation or take advantage of your services?
At Advantage Logistics, our telephone is 310-1074, and my public cell phone is 73001718.
Which is also on WhatsApp, right?
It's also on WhatsApp.
Okay. Yes. All right. Can you give me an opportunity to conclude by saying, I honor you, I acknowledge you, and I recognize your presence. Keep doing what you are doing, sir. And I think I'm speaking for many when I say that you are a source of inspiration for us. Keep up the good work.
I'm humbled by that.
Okay. Don't you want to tell them to subscribe to Mogobe Nuggets of Wisdom?
You have to subscribe to Mogobe Nuggets. I have been inspired, and I'm honored to be here today. Have a wonderful time.
Thank you very much indeed.